all the rain. One of these days, it's gonna stop raining. And hopefully we'll be able to get all this taken care of. Let's get goes. Some folks say that you need your own YouTube channel. I don't know, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? And we're going to get back over here to talk about the hog pen here in a second. But I want to go take a walk, and I'm going to take y'all with me. So, welcome back to the journey, folks. As you can see, it's another wet one. So, yeah, this area of Arkansas, normally by this time of the year, we're normally right around like 21 inches worth of rain, give or take, right? 20, 21 inches. And so far, we're almost at 32 inches of rain for the year, right? So, this area does average for the entire year 50 inches of rain. So yeah, we are not a dry climate. This is a very weather wet climate. And sometimes, but like I said, we're already almost 10 inches. It's almost 10 inches, right? Of rain above average, right, for this time of the year. So I'm actually going to come over here because we've already talked about the road, right, that's staying open to the public for access to national forest. And we have noticed that the neighbor took out the cattle panel and had put up, so we had suggested, for the interim, right, until they can figure out something a little more permanent, that we had the old gate that used to be here at the property. You can see how much the creek is flowing. I mean, it already came up, right? It was about 2 foot higher just from the rain last night. It was quite the deluge. It was raining so hard that from the house I could barely see the shed room. So that's about roughly 100 feet away. And the rain was coming down so hard that it was hard to see that building. Right? That's some pretty crazy rain. So I'm going to come over here and just kind of see, how well is the road doing now that they took that cattle panel down and replaced it with that gate that we had suggested. Obviously, that's because the ranger, I'm quite certain, had called them saying, hey, y'all need to do something to get that out of there. And, well, they went ahead and, because I had the gate sitting there, I told them it was going to be sitting there to just grab it. And so I think they finally went ahead and did that. So, see you over there in a sec. Well, just looking at the field thus far, I don't see a big old lake of water, and that's normally what we would have right now with the amount of rain that's been coming through. So that's already an improvement, that now that is down, that's gone, right, that the water's able to go through the culvert. But the thing with that is there was so much rain that came through. Look what it did to the gate. So, I mean, you can just see like how much stuff has come through over here. So, I mean, what they're going to have to do, basically come off of this post here, they're going to have to go out and like put in more fencing to go all the way around, right? Probably go down somewhere over here and basically kind of fence this off, having a fence further away, you know, to where even if it was to back up, you know, stuff up against their fence, or even having, you know, some of the fancier metal, you know, where it allows debris and stuff like this to go underneath it, they're going to figure that out. But that's not our problem. Our problem, right, is obviously on this side. We have to take care of this, you know, with the help of the city. So obviously they're still going to be bringing material. It's supposed to happen sometime this week. Obviously we're supposed to have a little bit nicer weather. Obviously by the time you're seeing this, you know, it's hopefully they've already brought the material, but I don't know, right? We're still on the hook for that. But we are going to continue to get help, right? You can already see the water's coming through here. Nice. It's coming through, you know, for the most part, this one, right? That's why this one's shorter. And that's why this one actually had a culvert break off into the side, because 90% of the water that comes from that way comes through only this one culvert, right? And then the second culvert, if it gets to be too much for this one, that second culvert takes over. And normally both culverts can handle all the water coming from there, not causing that. But the second that they blocked it, it allowed all that water to rise. Culverts couldn't handle it, and then it washed out the road. So hopefully that's going to be taken care of now. You know, now that it's not just us, you know, asking, hey, can you guys take care of this? Now it's also the National Forest folks that's going to be like, hey, you need to keep that clear. So, all right. Hey, it is what it is. But now I know a lot of folks, you know, have said, you know, talking about the hog pen, of the, hey, you know, the panels, the hog panels should have went on the inside of the T-posts. And yes, I don't disagree with that. But there's a reason I did what I did. And there's supposed to be a part 3 coming out to that video. But during the time that I had recorded said video and doing such, some new information came to light. And we were going to be changing stuff now because of that. So let me get back over to the hog panel, and I'm going to discuss the reason why I did it that way. And then I'm going to go ahead and spill those beans and let you know what's going to change because of the new information that we got. All right, so now that I'm getting over here, we'll talk about this a little bit. But if you're new here, we do thank you for joining in on our journey. Normally, I don't do the vlogs like this on this channel. That's more for our side channel, the Scuttlebutt with IFF. But on bad weather days like this, then, hey, I do what I have to do, right, to continue getting videos out to y'all. And, man, with all the rain that came through, I don't know. Got a dead rat. Don't know where that came from. So I'm going to have to take care of that. Yeah. But anyway, hog pen. Or actually what I was saying is thank you for joining our journey. And, you know, we greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe. If you're new and you'd like to continue watching our journey, it's greatly appreciated. If you'd like to join as a member, you know, to help us on our journey, then that's greatly appreciated. Hit that join button and just see what all we have to offer. And just about 99.9% of all of our videos that goes out at least 1 to 2 days early for the members at the Cluck Cluck Gang and above, right? So normally, if you would like to be able to watch the videos early, then see what we have to offer. And then if you do not want to be at that level, then we do have the introductory as well. All right. Well, I'm trying to keep this one away until I can get that cleaned up. I don't need you to eat that because I don't know what happened. All right. But anyway, hogs. So I was going to be doing a part 3 that's going to be showing the water tank and then also doing hot wire. So that's actually the main reason why the hog panels are put on the outside of the post. So if you are not doing a hot wire, or you don't plan to train your pigs to a hot wire, yes, most definitely put your T-post on the outside. Okay, that way whenever they're coming through, sorry, still dealing with that one because of that. But yes, most definitely, is have your panels on the inside of your T-post if you do not plan on utilizing hot wire. These panels, with it being on the outside of your T-post, is basically just there as a visual wall. That's it. Now, is there a chance that they could still rub up against this and go through the hot wire? Sure, it is. That's another reason why I also use 55-pound test wire. It's very, very hard to break that. Okay? So, and I have top, middle, bottom, 3 places that the wire is there. So that is, over 100, pounds. It's going to take a lot. And these pigs that we're planning on putting in here are the super pigs, but they're small, right? It's a potbelly pig. Potbelly pig mixed with the wild boar, which, yes, the wild boars can get bigger, right? But these pigs, they're only 40, 50 pounds. They're small, right? They're small enough to get underneath that. So they're not big at all. And this size pen can actually hold four of those size of pigs. Okay. So, but the reason why I'm not going to be doing a part 3 of doing all that, in turn, I'm just going to be doing a kind of like a full start to finish type thing once I'm able to finish the water and change this. I actually am going to change it because now that we know that they are the super pigs, I do not, because before I was just going to train them to a hot wire. That way I can put hot wire paddocks in different areas of the property and be able to move them and do all that. But since they are a mixture of wild hog and potbelly, I no longer want to do that. If they were only the purebred potbelly pigs, then yes, I wanted to do that, to be able to move them around. But because circumstances have changed, I no longer want to do that anymore. So now, yes, I do have to change this because I'm no longer training them to a hot wire, and I need these panels to be, on the inside of the post, because now it's going to be their actual fence, not the hot wire. Okay. And that's what's going to be keeping them in. I'm also going to be moving it. It's not going to be in this location. I do want to move it over, but to do that, it's not going to be like this 15 by 15. Okay. It is going to be more kind of like up against the fence type area. And then, we might go a little bit, I might have to go get a few more panels because we'll be utilizing the fence itself, right? That's going to have filled fence on it. And then with the filled fence, it's also, the filled fence eventually will have hot wire. So they will have, hot wire eventually. But they're going to have actually a little bit bigger area than just, this is a 15 by 15. Okay. So yes, stuff's changing. stuff is changing. All right. So with that being said, yes, y'all are right. And I was right with how I was taught, right? Because that's what I said in part 2 was this is exactly how my pawpaw had taught me to do it, to where if you're doing a hot wire, the fence goes on the outside of the post. If you're not doing a hot wire, the panels go on the inside of the post. All right. That's the difference between the two. So I just never got around to doing the last part of the video because I plan on changing the entire thing, and that's just what happens, right? So if for whatever reason I'm not able to change this right away, because I'm not going to be doing it like right away. Obviously, I need to move stuff. I need to do everything because it's going to be going over here in the corner. And if I'm not able to get to that, I am going to get to the water tote. So I might, throw that in to one of the videos. But if I'm not able to, show the entire thing here soon, I do have other things I still need to do to include fencing. And I do want to start making some pickets, right? Because I got a whole pile of wood, right? I got like a whole pile of wood that I need to start making some like wood pickets and just doing some other projects and things. And I want to kind of, bring y'all along for that too. So there's so much you can do whenever it's really, really wet, right? And hopefully we'll start seeing some better weather soon, because summer's right around the corner, but doesn't seem like it because it's just so dang wet. So dang wet. But yeah. Anyway, this project here is also coming up too, so I'll go ahead and share that out. I am still waiting on folks from the community to help with this project, but yeah, there's a lot of things going to be happening with this one as well, so stand by for that. And I'm also going to be getting back in here. Yeah, I know. I never finished cleaning this out, but I still need to get a lot of this stuff out of here. But I more want to get back in here because I have some projects I want to do, because it's been too long since I fired up the forge and I want to make something. All right, so I'm going to go take care of my little rat friend, and then, if you would like to enjoy sticking around on this journey we call life, I mean, it is what it is. We're doing the best we can with what we got, with the weather we get. There's so many things that we can do, right? So yeah, Mother Nature kicking me in the what. So if you'd like to stick around on this journey we call life, then go ahead and check out this video we have right here. Or we have the whole year's playlist over on this side. Just continues to grow as the year progresses. And then the icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and the side channel I was talking about earlier. Go check it out. It's greatly appreciated. And then last but not least, get out there, thank a veteran with every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. And we'll see you on the next one. Later, friends.